Okay, how's everybody doing? Hopefully this light is good enough. Voting is coming along rather nicely. I think we're getting close to 50%. So maybe another week or two and we'll have a blockchain launched. But what I want to talk about tonight is I want to talk about how EOS is actually running at a higher consciousness. And I don't mean that in a derogatory or negative way or put down way. I actually mean it in a very positive way, and I'll explain what I mean. EOS is running at a consciousness. Everybody has consciousness, and everybody sees the world through their consciousness. So they see the world in a certain way. And I believe that when you have a project like EOS, it's running at a higher consciousness. And I actually get an opportunity to see that because I interact with the community a lot, through the channel and through the chats and through the different ways to leave comments and all the different ways that I interact with the community. I see a higher level of consciousness, not only in technology, because this is a higher level of technology, higher level of consciousness in technology. It's a decentralized versus centralized. It's community versus self-interest. It's an internet that is trying to include everybody versus an internet that tries to exclude so many people. So there's a level of consciousness going on here that I think transcends normal internet. And I think the people in the community actually see that and value that. And that's what I mean by a higher consciousness, higher level of consciousness. And I'll give you an example of that. I spoke briefly, actually didn't speak. I actually talked to Dallas Rushing a little bit on chats on Telegram today, and he's talking to me about his project, Karma. And I read through it and I saw, what a wonderful idea. What a high level, high consciousness idea to actually give somebody a reward for doing something well, something good, helping somebody else. What a wonderful idea. And that's what I'm talking about, the level of consciousness in this community. With a DApp, an airdrop coming soon, that actually rewards somebody for doing something good, making you feel good and making somebody else feel good, and then gaining a reward for that on this platform. That's higher consciousness. That's what I'm talking about. This is the kind of stuff that I think transcends everything else, the consciousness of the value of what's going on here. And you also see this right now with the voting. With EOS, the community has come together. Not a community that was selected, not a community that was born into position or somebody that was granted the position, but a community that came together because of consciousness. A community that had a conscious wanting to do something on the internet that was of value, something that helped everybody, something that could be utilized in any part of the world, no matter where, and something that was of a higher level, higher value, a higher internet, so to speak. And through that higher consciousness, everybody came together around the world, different time zones, different languages, different countries, and were able to put together a project and work without being paid to do that project, and able to launch the project, and now be able to have this community come together as it's coming together. And this is a consciousness that transcends or is above consciousnesses of where everybody else, or what normally is going on. And I'll give you another example of that too, a normal conscience. I have a conscience, and somebody calls me out on this all the time. Forgive me that I can't remember who you are, but they say I keep referring to EOS as a company. Well, that's a level of my consciousness. I'm bringing EOS down to company level and not community level. It should be at community level, not company level. Community level is everybody's has an interest and not self-interest. Companies are more self-interest. They're more compartmentalized. They're more confined. They have barriers. But community, anybody can join. There are no barriers, and it transcends something like company. So when I think company, I actually lower the value of the product. I lower the value of the community. I lower the value of everything by calling it a company. So I appreciate the person who keeps calling me out on that, because you're absolutely right. I'm lowering the consciousness of EOS by calling it company. So, and the other way I would say is I would say that this whole consciousness thing got started, the higher consciousness as far as this level of internet, with Bitcoin. Bitcoin transcend currencies, fiat currencies. In fact, now you actually have Bitcoin coexisting with, I believe, lower levels of consciousness, which is fiat currencies. And you actually have, in this country, you had the Security and Exchange Commission acknowledge that, saying now we have a system going on where we have Bitcoin coexisting with fiat currencies. So now you get to see which one will eventually be the choice, or be the one everybody uses. So you have them running parallel together, and that's exactly what we need to have happen. We need to have these communities running parallel with existing structure, and we will see how this transcends or is higher consciousness, because we are running at a higher consciousness than normal structures. And not that I'm unhappy with normal structures. I'm actually very happy with normal structures. I'm happy with my life. I'm happy with the way my life has gone. I have a good life. I live in a very good country, protections, and I'm not somebody that wants the current structure to be demolished. I love the current structure. Like I say, it's been very good to me. I have a very good life and a very good country. Live in a very nice place. How you guys doing? Good. Pretty good, thanks. You're in my video now.
Yes.
All right. So, thank you. So anyway, like I say, beautiful community, beautiful people. I love where I live. I'm not unhappy with the structure, but and I'm happy to pay taxes. I'm not someone trying to run from taxes. I'll pay taxes all day long. I would like to see my taxes going to help people. I mean, if my taxes go to benefit another person, then I'm happy to pay them all day long. I don't want my taxes going for the destruction of somebody else. I don't want my taxes going to destroy other people. I want my taxes to go to help other people. And that, to me, is a higher consciousness. It's a higher level of thinking, to have our taxes go someplace else. And if communities like EOS can help to bring the good to other people around the world, then that's a higher level of consciousness. So, as I say, I believe that the structure of EOS, the way EOS is set up and run, the way the voting is taking place, and the way things are happening on this community with this community is actually a higher level of consciousness. Not only in technology, but just the way we operate in the world. And that's what I think we need. We need a higher level of technology. We need a higher level of consciousness, like my good friend Dallas is doing with Karma, bringing people up to the next level, letting people reward other people for doing things. A higher level of consciousness. This is what EOS is about, and this is where this is going. So if you're involved with this community and you're seeing this, you're of a higher thinking as far as community, as far as internet, and as far as being able to include everybody in a community around the world, as far as letting everybody have equal opportunities to participate and to join and to belong. And like I say, it's not in a way that I put down current structures. I actually embrace the current structure. The world runs the way it runs because a lot of people have spent a lot of time and effort putting it together. As much as you may dislike it, as much as you dislike it or don't want to be a part of it, it is what it is, and it's as good as we got. But I just hope that it can raise up to the next level with projects or communities like EOS. So anyway, a little bit of a long video tonight. Let me see how much, 8 or 9 minutes. So anyway, my name is Kent. I keep forgetting to say that. Everybody asks me, if I go EOS Kent, nobody knows who I am. If I go EOS San Diego, everybody knows who I am. So my name is Kent. And I appreciate you watching these videos. I really do, because that's part of community too, and it's part of a higher level. And I do appreciate it because it does raise my level of consciousness too by interacting with people on this channel and interacting with people from EOS, because it is a very intelligent community, a very delightful community to interact with, very funny community with a good sense of humor. So I appreciate everybody watching, and thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.